6:33 a.m. and today is my first professional drone job. So I guess you can call today's vlog a merge of my informal review of the DJI Mavic Pro.
Maybe the road magic is also a stylus? No. I don't know, or maybe the stylus is, I don't know. I just know makeup is from.
Okay, so first thing obviously is the size. My backpack that I carry today. The drone is inside here. That was inside that box. So first thing obviously is size. So let's get into it. This is a drone. There's a laptop, 15-inch MacBook Pro drone. Controller. That's the setup. So today we're up in the hills of Jamaica, far up Gordon Town, at a cafe called Heights. I'm doing some drone shots for a music video with a crazy ass backdrop like this. The shots that I'll be getting here is for the music video, so I might not be able to show them in this vlog here, probably later, but we're still gonna run through a little review. Alright, check this room out, dog. Look at this. This is so fly. Like, this is just crazy. Like, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but up there you can see the fog legit rolling in, and right now there's just droplets of water that's just from the fog right now. This is crazy. This is like a great way to spend your morning. This is high up. This is like probably a good 30 minutes going up the hill. Lots of turns. Like, this is classic Jamaica. I've lived in Jamaica for 25 years and this is definitely one of the most banging locations I've ever been to. Like, this shit mad crazy. Gonna try and figure out how to fly this drone in this consistent mist, which, if you didn't know, is not really ideal for an electronics, also not ideal for yeah, so I actually had to focus on the job and like fly the drone. So I didn't get to spend as much time as I thought I would actually breaking down the DJI Mavic Pro for you. So I'm just gonna do the rest right now. Excuse the buzzing in the back. It's a Saturday in Kingston. People are gonna be mowing their lawn. So let's get back into the review. The job, if you're wondering, really did go well. The video is still not out even a couple weeks later, so I still can't really show the footage, but it went really well. Difficulties, you know, was like flying in rain and mist, which the Mavic Pro handled surprisingly well. I'm really glad for that. I've even like flown it professionally 2 times since that, and I haven't seen any like water damage or anything like that. The rain wasn't super heavy, but it was enough to, when I landed the drone was wet. So thanks to DJI for at least a minimal amount of water resistance, so that's really good. So I know we spoke about the size already, you know, really small. You see how small it is folded up. I showed you earlier that it could fit in my bag at this size, so I really appreciate that. It comes with a whole bunch of stuff to keep the little camera here safe. Something fairly critical that happened on the job, which I didn't really like. When your phone connects to the wireless to control this, it will check the DJI server if there's any updates needed for the drone. If your drone isn't up to date after being checked in like a server software, it can't fly. There was legit a moment before I had to start working where I couldn't fly the drone at all. I had to connect to Wi-Fi and wait for like a 300 megabyte update file before I could start flying. That shit was really nerve-wracking because if there wasn't Wi-Fi there, I wouldn't have been able to do the job I was supposed to do, which is super critical. I know that DJI is really trying to watch out for like delinquent flyers, but that to me is a situation that can like cost someone like a job or a reputation. So that's kind of weird for me putting the phone in the controller. Yeah, not the most elegant way of putting it in the controller, but I think it's just because I have kind of a big phone, but I don't really love it. You are in the app and like this is really just a monitor so you can see what it is you're doing. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, this is like what the drone is seeing. So let's just take off. If there's one thing I'd have to say about the Mavic, which I guess goes for probably all DJI drones, I find the controls to not be so intuitive. I find them to be a little difficult, to be honest. My first time flying the drone, I had difficulty getting a hang of it, so there is a significant learning curve to the whole affair. I'd imagine that the controls would be a lot like a first-person shooter, you know? You move with one and change the camera with the other. It's really hard to explain how the controls work, but I don't find them to be very intuitive. So a lot of, I guess, being good at using the drone involves a lot of practice, like actually just getting in hours, like I guess an actual pilot. So you know, it's kind of weird. One stick controls rotation. This stick controls height and rotation, and this stick controls like left, right, forward, back. Left, right, forward, back is relative to where the drone is pointing, not where you're facing. I find it kind of hard because I'm not really good with, how can I say, like spatial awareness. I can say that eventually you do get a hang of it and you do get more and more confident the more you do it. I watched a nice tutorial online that said a good way to practice is to try and fly in a square. I find the image quality to be pretty decent. It reminds me of like maybe like a Galaxy phone or something like that. Lost sight of the drone. So let me just land this shit. So landed the plane. Sorry if I was pretty distracted. There are log modes, which are modes that you use for further color grading. There's 4K. There's 4K at 30 frames per second, and there's 1080 at 24 straight up to 120, which is great for slow motion. Also, there's like a whole bunch of like little modes that are inside the app, like a follow me mode, a panning mode where it just locks on to you. I haven't really tried any of those modes, but I've looked online and see what they do and they seem really cool. Oh, there's a complaint I forgot. You can have multiple batteries for the drone itself, but the controller, which is essential to like flying, which has a pretty decent battery in and of itself, but you can't, it has a built-in battery. So I mean, you can charge it via micro USB, but it's kind of tedious, you know. Whereas, you know, you can switch out a battery and have full charge on the drone. You can't do that on this. So if this is like dying, you have to stop. Alright, let me plug this into a power bank, and you know, even though you can plug a power bank into this and have it, it's still not really ideal. It's not like holding this on a power bank, it's not really ideal. So I'd really love if there was a way to add a battery to this, or if there's a controller with removable batteries, so that, you know, once the battery is dying, you can swap it out. But you know, at least there's an alternative and the battery just won't die. You can have a power bank and charge it up. So that's I guess another complaint I'd have. It's great too that the drone itself, the batteries inside the drone can be plugged in via micro USB. So if you don't have the battery charger itself, you can literally use a power bank and charge back up your drone. That's awesome to me. Wicked stuff. In terms of the output quality, I'm pretty happy with it. There's times where I can see a little bit of grain, but to me, like for what my main usage of a drone is, that aerial shots are like supplementary shots. They're not really like main shots. So a lot of times you may be using only 30 seconds, if that much, at a time. Like really, like probably way less, like 15 seconds at a time. So it needs to just be good enough that when it flashes on the screen, it doesn't look terrible, and it can kind of be matched with the other footage. So I feel like thus far I can do that. I haven't done a complete production myself with the drone, like a music video or a short film yet. I've just been testing it out, getting my hours flying, editing, all of that jazz. For the price, the size, the like where you can bring this, like anywhere, I think it's totally worth the money. A good amount of practice to get a hang of. You want to know my opinion? I'd say if you can get it, definitely get the Fly More combo. I'll have it linked in the description below, because the regular Mavic Pro doesn't come with this controller here, and you can only use it with your phone, and your phone has an extremely limited range because I think it's connected by Wi-Fi, which is a completely limited range, and I don't even know why they sell it without the controller, to be honest. Fly More combo comes with a whole bunch of stuff. But that's it for my informal drone review, just my thoughts of what the DJI Mavic provides. If you enjoyed this video, just hit the like button. If you want more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. Also, links to everything that I talked about in this video, as well as what I used to shoot this video, is in the description. So please enjoy some wonderful B-roll from the mountains and some awesome drone shots that I took from now and before. So bless up yourself.